We are learning more about that mass shooting just down the interstate in Allen, Texas. That's a community just north of Dallas. Law enforcement says the gunman tied to the shooting allegedly had 8 weapons on him during the time of that attack. They add all of them were reportedly obtained legally. 8 others died. Another 8 were injured, and countless others were able to escape the bullets unharmed. And that includes a Shreveport couple caught in the middle of that crossfire. KSLA News 12's Dominique Ben spoke with them, and a warning: some of these images may be disturbing.
It's a shopping trip to an outlet mall in Texas. Shreveport pastor Leroy Ely and his wife Joanne have taken countless times when visiting their daughter. But Saturday they were caught in the middle of chaos and gunfire.
Oh, it was so loud until my ear, I could hear ringing in my ear for a while afterward, because it was just that loud and just that close upon us. I couldn't hear anything for a few minutes.
They just walked out of the H&M store while their daughter and granddaughter remained inside.
Like a brick petition that my back was up against, and I was leaning on it, and my husband was looking toward the street. When soon as we got outside of the store, the guy pulled up. My husband saw him pull up and got out of the car, but he had this black armor on, or some kind of color, dark color armor on, that he thought he might have been a police officer or something like that.
We was probably from his car maybe 2 or 3 call in distance, and I assumed that he was the police, and I said to myself, this police have shot someone. So I was standing and everybody else was running, not knowing that he was the gunman. And when he turned the gun toward our direction and shooting, that's when I realized that he was shooting in our direction. So I, as my wife said, we proceeded to run.
Joanne says they both ran toward the restrooms that they were familiar with, but she fell and played dead.
When I got behind the vehicle, I noticed that she was not with me, so I went back to get her in the middle, and she was the only one there, and she was playing like she was dead. So I came and helped her off of the ground, and we ran.
Running again for their lives, the Elys say they still can remember hearing the gunfire.
And I fell the second time. My husband first time. We jumped up again. He was still shooting. By that time, he ran across the street and to the other side of the outlet, evidently, and he started shooting over that way. It gave us time enough to get in the restroom to hide out until it was safe.
The Elys say the gunman was wearing some type of vest. Investigators believe the 33-year-old shooter killed by an Allen police officer may have been motivated by right-wing extremist views. A law enforcement source close to the investigation says the gunman wore a RWDS insignia, possibly meaning right-wing death squad, an insignia worn in recent years by members of various extremist groups, say legal experts.
I'm just grateful and appreciative to God that he spared our lives, and I know it had to been the act of God, because a bullet of that sort should have hit one of us. But I'm very hurtful and sorry for the family that were lost and had tragedies, and even the victims, as well as even the shooter family as well. So we are, as a church family, are continuous praying for those individuals.